But what about my own passenger trains? They seem to be running a little more smoothly now. This is only 3 out of 240 passengers possible, so not really the best here. We go in, we visit the station, we drop off 3 people, and then the train despawns. Alright, what about this train? 13 out of 240. We are driving in over to the Expo Center. And we curve around, drop off at the station, making good use of that loop. Excellent. No backing up required. Whizzing by a cargo train, now carrying 3 passengers. The 3 passengers on the train, though, are having a good time. And we totally bypass the station that was relatively nearby. And where are we going now? Are we leaving town? Alright, so, and then the train just leaves town. Alright, so our passenger trains have a mix of business within town and out of town. That's fine. Let's go look at traffic again. We'll keep on trying to fix our traffic problem. There's a bit of traffic at the station itself, which I think is fine. But otherwise, we've cleaned up the rail traffic. It was just a bad intersection that wasn't even being used. The rail looks a little busy. This area looks a little busy, but I don't think... we could put in double track in this area. It would require us to demolish a few buildings. Let's see what happens if we put in double track. And over to here. Page up. Can I make the rails high enough that I don't have to destroy any buildings? No, I can't. Alright, so this guy's getting demolished. Both of these guys are getting demolished. And we'll go back down. Alright, we want to attach right here. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm also curious to see what routes my passenger trains are taking. So let's, if we bring up the transit tab. Alright, so they're still taking the non-existent rail line, but the trains are smart enough to adjust accordingly. And yeah, they do take alternate routes. Okay, good. So that alternate bit of rail, let's see if that helped our rail traffic problem. This line is clear. The passenger line is a little crowded. But otherwise it does seem better. The alternate is being used fairly often. These guys have to slow down. Overall, I'm pleased with that. Alright, so we've got a huge problem intersection over here. Why is that? People are trying to get into the airport and possibly onto the highway. A lot of people getting off the highway here, and we've got a massive backup at this intersection. How can we fix this? This little off-ramp is, well, it's really dangerous for one. These guys are in danger of backing up onto the highway. But the only reason they can't go anywhere is because this line can't go anywhere, this line can't go anywhere. Maybe because I made the bad choice of putting the incineration plant here. Maybe we can move the incineration plants somewhere else. What's my garbage coverage looking like? We have good coverage for most of the city. Let's move the incineration plants though. They can't be put off the roads or the highways. Alright, let's just demolish some of this stuff. Master architects, but these businesses are so close to level 3. We could kill the organic food market and replace it with an incinerator. Problem with moving the incinerators closer to main traffic is that they put out quite a bit of pollution, and I don't want to drop pollution close to my residential, which is right here. Maybe we could move an incinerator over here. Let's try that. Cancel this out. Move you to, say, over here. And we'll move this guy. We already have a whole bunch of incinerators over here. Now let's double down on the incinerators. I just hope these guys aren't residential. They might be. Or we could drop it right. No, let's see how this works out for us. Well, that intersection is getting crowded now. We could just put another incinerator over by the industrial area. Maybe right by the on and off ramps. This is an on ramp. Alright, let's try dropping an incinerator over here. Not enough water. Okay, so that's fine. Let's look at traffic again. So removing the garbage trucks relieved traffic from here. But we still have a problem with this intersection. People really want to get to... Let's see, where are these guys going? Get to work, get to the rest of the city. But why is it this intersection in particular that's causing us so much trouble? I do like that they're using all the lanes. Sometimes they just line up in a single lane. Let's try adding some more on and off ramps, and maybe that'll relieve pressure from this 6-lane road, and they'll just take the highway if they're going farther distances. We can add in some on and off ramps right here. I don't know if that's wise, but let's give it a try. Alright, so people wanting to go westbound. Well, we can thicken this road. Let's do... Well, there's a metro station right there. Let's see. Tree lined. Can I destroy this stuff? And, well, I think it's the hill. The hill is the reason why I couldn't build this out nicely before. That, or maybe I just didn't want to demolish anything. Alright, so we can come right out to here. Can we? Straight road. No, it doesn't seem... Ah, well. Came off like that. And then connected up with our smaller roads. Let's see. Just like this. Now, do we have space for an off-ramp? It doesn't look like we would. Or an on-ramp. Alright, let's see if an elevated on-ramp would do the trick. No, it's too close to the highway. Alright, Alright, fine, let's pull this back slightly then. And what we'll do is just connect the road up right here. Or not at all. Let's see. It just doesn't want to connect. It's a nightmare intersection. Alright, let's traffic light here. If we don't have this connection, then these guys won't have, they'll only have the one entrance into that dense residential area. Although if we connected up, say, to the airport, that would give them an alternate route. Let's do that. Okay, so they have a new road there. Now they're cut off from here, but these guys can get onto the highway, hopefully. Get rid of that, and give them a new set of on-ramps right here. So those guys have a way onto the highway going westbound. And do we want to give them some eastbound options? And do we want to give these guys an option to get back into the city? Certainly give that a try. Alright, so this isn't their best because it does put in some stoplights on this bridge. But we're not running into too many problems with that yet. Okay, so now I want people coming from this side to be able to get off the highway here. Let's see what we can do to help them with that. We could put them onto... just merge them up with this off-ramp. It's unconventional, but who knows how City Skylines logic works. Alright, so let's go over like this and then see if we can join up. Slope too steep. Alright, there we go. So, if people want to go the other direction on the highway, they can do that. I don't think anyone would want to. But if they wanted to join up with the old city, we can give them those options too by dropping in, let's see, over here, we'll just create more of a traffic jam. But if I can connect up to the other side, maybe even connect up to here. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so these guys already have a way to get off. They have a way to get on, sort of. So we definitely don't need this. This was an ill-conceived off-ramp. So these guys, people from the east end of the city wanting to go west, now have the option to get on here. But people coming from the west to the east, wanting to get into the old city, have to go all the way to here to get off. But if they want to get off here, they don't really have an option. They can, well, actually they do. They can get off here and then go this way. So that's fine. We've got an eastbound and a westbound. That'll be good for now. Let's see if that's alleviated some traffic from here. It has not. It's as bad as ever. So that the buses are coming through here doesn't seem to be helping. Once they get past this area though, things get a lot better. Maybe we need to connect these areas up. Let's have a look at this. So this is a problem intersection. Maybe we need to hook a road in here somewhere. Like maybe just join these two roads up. Too steep. Doesn't look like it should be too steep. Okay, so we can hook up there. And can we hook up this way? We can't, but that's okay. So this is really a problem intersection. We could unhook this road here. Get rid of an intersection. But then these guys don't really have a good way to leave their little weird angular residential complex. And we're still having a lot of trouble with this intersection. How's this metro doing? 106 passengers served. And our passenger trains presumably are doing just fine. Is the industrial center still working nicely? It is. No more traffic problems here. This area is idyllic. We've got lots of new places to expand to. Alright, let's... I don't have a good solution for this. I mean, we could add more roads, like just put a second 6-lane here to try to divert some of that traffic. We do have the space for that. Let's see if that'll help us at all. Or even like a 4-lane, maybe. Like this thing right here. Let's run that through here. Over this way. And sure, we can hook up to that intersection. Try to relieve some traffic there. And we destroyed a bunch of businesses, or offices, just by raising the terrain there. Okay, so now these guys have an alternate route that they can take, which is potentially better. Did that improve things? It did slightly. Okay, good. Now, what can we do about traffic here? Does that just want to be a larger intersection? Might that help? That probably won't help. I guess that's okay. That's not looking so bad now. And we're getting a bunch of upgrade sounds, which might mean that they're pleased with the reduced traffic problems. Alright, well, let's finish zoning out this office area. Alright, that's not bad. We've got a problem here now, though. And no clear way to relieve that. Alright, so let's... Do we want to keep on going with the highway building? We could put a highway down here. Seems like we need a highway here, but there's just a highway a few blocks south that they really should be making use of instead. Alright, is there a section of my city that needs more happiness buildings? Everyone's pretty happy. Alright, let's get started on the highway. So we could put a highway down this whole stretch here. The only thing that gets in the way potentially is the university. We could move that, or we could just bulldoze stuff to the north of this freeway here. And while we're on the topic of education, let's put in a few more schools. So these guys need an elementary school. So these guys over here. Let's drop that right over here. We're only demolishing 4 small homes, 2 medium-sized homes. Alright, so a school there, and elementary school somewhere over here. Let's... Well, this house is on fire. We could just demolish it. Does that work for putting out fires? Oh, the fire's already out. Okay, we already have a school there, but apparently it's full. So, let's drop another school right in the corner here. And then we'll need a high school somewhere over here. And we could also build out another university. Where do we have good traffic? Where dropping another service that people need to travel to won't totally mess us up. So we've got good university coverage here. The people on the outer ring have trouble getting to the university. So do these guys. We could drop a university over here. What are we zoned? A mix of commercial and residential. It is near a highway. These guys might want some on and off ramps. Okay, let's, we could start another university area down here. Let's go... Alright, we'll worry about the university later. Let's start on building out another highway. And we'll start the highway down here. We'll run it all the way where this 6th lane is currently running. That's going to be a pretty big project. I don't know if we have space without doing some major demolition. The other option would be to run this highway down along the bottom, bring it up here. But I don't think that relieves traffic for us. Well, maybe I'll shelve that for another day. Let's go and expand out this area here, since I already have a large road. And maybe we can try to run the highway down the bottom of the city instead. Alright, let's extend the highway along the bottom of the city. And I don't think it needs to be elevated anymore. So, page down. Use the straight tool. And we can probably elevate it again when we're crossing this road. Reach up. And then we'll bridge across. Bulldoze some of this stuff. Let's see. Everything underneath has to get bulldozed, which is too bad. I'm gonna cut off a small corner of our city here. We could buy this region back here rather than bulldoze some of this expensive industrial stuff. Alright, let's do that. And we'll just start curving the freeway around. Curve road, over to here, and around, and then we can drop this back down to a normal level. That seems reasonable. We'll go and do the lanes in the other direction. Good job. And across. I guess we want to get these guys a little closer together. Or we just use the straight tool and hook right in right away. Page up. Let's see, if I were to demolish this, will I be able to join up more sensibly? Yes, alright. So now we extend off this way, but we don't have an easy way for the guys coming in this direction to get off the highway where they need to. Or do we? Okay, we do. So they just curve around underneath here. So that's fine. Ah, Zach Wild, you are my 1100th follower. That's awesome. Congrats. Okay, so is this highway going to divert some of the traffic as we want it to? Curves around like this, tries to sneak into the back end of our city where there isn't too much traffic to begin with. We have a lot of traffic in here that we'd like to relieve, but I don't want to have to bulldoze all sorts of stuff within my city. So let's see. we'll build a set of on and off ramps, try to relieve some traffic from back here. And we'll just extend the highway to here. If we were to buy more regions, we could make this sort of a box that surrounds surrounds the city and then hooks back into the highway there. But I don't know if I need or want to do that. Alright, so for now, let's have a look at what type of zoning this is. This is residential. They probably don't want a highway near them. We'll cut in over here and then loop it off. And then we can extend the highway later if we so choose. So let's extend way out over here and curve slightly to here. Then we'll just curve around and join back up. Alright, that's fine for a highway. Okay, so we're gonna build on and off ramps off of this road here. And we'll upgrade some of these roads to 6-lane streets. Here. Up like that, and let's see, is this elevated? Probably should be. Alright, we'll keep this entire set of road elevated then. So these guys are still elevated. This guy comes down a little bit, but to about the same height. And we'll just swing out over here, over, around, and all the way back. Alright, so we've got an elevated highway. If I were to run a 6-lane street under it, I can do so without any trouble. Great. Okay, so now on and off ramps to meet up with the bottom of our city. First, let's do an on-ramp, nice and simple, from here to here. And then an off-ramp. Also nice and simple from here to... wait. You know, that's fine. From here to here. And since this is the end of the road, we don't have to worry about anything too fancy. But to future-proof ourselves from when it's not the end of the line, we'll put that ramp there, and this ramp here. Now I wonder if anyone's going to use that. Battlemonger is asking how it's going with the roads. I decided I didn't want to, that I wouldn't have enough space to put a multi-lane highway down the center of town without demolishing everyone that highway was meant to serve. So instead, I snuck the highway in around the back of the city. And we'll see if anyone uses it. Right now, wait, is that even hooked up? It's not. Alright, there we go. Connected. That'll crit Battlemonger. Noticed probably before I did, given the stream delay, the last on-ramp didn't connect. I got that fixed up now. Now, there's no reason for anyone to take this long trip on the highway to the back of the city here. We could get another one of these going. Let's see. We could do a bit of demolition. Well, there is the metro station there. I don't really want to move that. Let's have a look at this. 6-lane. Can I upgrade these guys without space already occupied? It's already occupied. Well, we can upgrade that. And then bring the 6-lane in over this way. How frequent do I want these on and off ramps to be? Oh, some cars are coming through, awesome. So this wasn't a complete waste. And let's set up another set of on and off ramps. And then we can build something out here, and then we'll leave ourselves with plenty of areas to build new things for the next part of our stream. Alright, let's finish these off ramps. First, an on ramp. Nice and simple. And off ramp. On ramp. And an off ramp. Awesome. And just spacing wise, it'd be nice to have one here, but we wouldn't be hooking into a 6-lane street. We could plow down a bunch of these residentials to put in a 6-lane street, but I don't think that's really what I want to go for. Terrifying roller coaster of access ramps. These ones are pretty reasonable. But yeah, some of these look like a lot of fun. Maybe this one here with a little sharp turn, shooting you right onto traffic. These loops are a little sharp and unnecessary. We've got a bit of a traffic jam on this bridge here. Is there something I can do about that? Well, it's not terrible. Alright, so do I want another set of on and off ramps? We could just have it feed into local traffic. Alright, I mean, they are high density residential. They might want access to some other amenities here. Let's see, where can I build this out to? Well, maybe an on-ramp first. That might be easier to find out. And then a corresponding off-ramp. Can we hook in here? The off-ramp seems a little more difficult to manage. Oh no, there we go. Alright, so we'll get a lot of traffic there, on and off for the westbound. If they want something eastbound, probably have to send a road out. Maybe a road out over here. Let's try that. Alright, there we go. So lots of access to this highway that, for the most part, goes to nowhere. 321 full wants us to build a dam. We already tried building a dam, it didn't end well. It disrupted our water pumping. But if we go and buy this area, let's see. We are starting to run low on power. Let's see if I can get 4 more people in chat who really want to see a dam. We can build out a dam. Let's see what. Yeah, can we buy this region? No, it's out of our 25 squares or whatever. our purchasable region. So we could build a dam down here that would raise the water level behind the water pumps. That could work. Alright, let's see what that looks like. You guys want a dam? Well, test out a dam. Power, dam, and let's drop that right over here. And do the roads make sense? We'll hook the road up. And we may as well hook our roads up here too. Alright, so we've got lots of bridges. That looks pretty ugly. Let's see if we flood anything. I don't think we should. There's plenty of space for the water to back up to. And our dam height is the same height as the riverbanks, so this should be fine. We got a bit of an eyesore here. Are we going to start making power soon? Let's get some info on this. Not operating. 0 power output. Will it start operating once the water level rises sufficiently? Turn the dam on. The dam is on as far as I can... Okay, so now we're generating power. Water's flowing through. Excellent. We're making 32 megawatts. That's not a lot. How does that... Oh, it's slowly ticking up. How does that compare to our windmills? We've got a little pond full of windmills here. They each make 21 megawatts. Our dam here, starting to let water through. It's making 48 megawatts. And holding. So this is essentially 2 windmills. But at least it looks cool. I mean, now our residents have a nice little sandy beach to play in. But they have even more beautiful beaches over here, so I guess that's not really a redeeming factor. It's more of a muddy, gross river. And the highway now is much higher than it used to be. Alright, well, dam complete. The dam is a success. It's a damn success. But power output doesn't really justify the massive geoengineering we did. I guess we can't really expect a small river to provide too much power. And yeah, the upkeep on the dam is pretty high. Let's compare the upkeep on the dam. Essentially 3,400 for 32 megawatts. And let's go compare that to a windmill, which is 200 for 21 megawatts. So the hydroelectric power for this small dam is 10 times more expensive than wind power. So not really worth it there. Oh, and now we're at 0 megawatts. So I think the river doesn't provide enough water pressure or potential energy to make this an efficient power generator. And, well, if we just turn this off, we don't pay the upkeep, but do we get the water? Does the water just fill up on the other side? We can definitely find out. I feel like the water is starting to get higher now that I've turned the dam off. Let's see if we get a flood. And if we do, we can always delete the dam or turn it back on. I feel like water levels are rising here. These guys will have... their homes will be much closer to the water. Oh yeah, the water's... Is that just normal wave action, or is the water definitely rising? Well, it's a nice view. Fairly peaceful. We've got all of our water pumps here. We're approaching the dam. In the background, we have our underutilized highway. A few people are using the dam as a bridge. Little trucks driving by. And we've got our muddy area here. Alright, well, it hasn't flooded yet. Alright, well, we'll leave that be. Let's see if anything bad happens. And if we get a flood, we'll just turn the dam back on, make some power, and I don't know. Get rid of the dam. It is a bit of an eyesore, and it's certainly not making us any... Well, it's making us very small amounts of power for outrageous amounts of upkeep. But it was a cool project. We'll leave that there for now. Let's see. How's the highway doing? These guys drive over to here. A garbage truck. Okay, good. So we've got some alternate paths for our garbage trucks to take. Returning to the facility. Over the garbage facility. No flood yet. We might be flood free. Wait, what about here? Is the water higher than it used to be? Might be. Might not be. Oh man, we are getting flooding. The rail bridge is now flooded. Let's see what happens when, if trains will try to use the rail while it's underwater, and if there'll be any negative effects from that. And up here, no houses have flooded yet, so that's good. Oh wait, never mind. These guys have started to get flooded in. Alright, fine, we'll go and open up the dam. So we've built up some water pressure here. Are we gonna get better electricity generation? And how quickly will the flood resolve itself? So we've got an abandoned building now. The Sheffield residence is abandoned. These guys are flooded and not very pleased about that. Water flooding, understandably upset. And ooh, the cars stopped. They don't like driving into water anymore. And what's this? Is that a person? It's a scooter. Trying to drive home, but he can't. Alright, I feel really bad for flooding these guys out. Oh, and these guys are flooded too. Alright, it doesn't look like our dam is relieving the water quickly enough. We're making 64 megawatts, which is better, but certainly not really worth it. Okay, let's just destroy that dam. Release all that water pressure. Nice little waterfall going on here. And how long will it take for these guys to unflood? So if we didn't want to flood our city, the original place where I built my first dam would have been better, but then I would have to relocate the water pumps to somewhere else, and the only good place for that, I guess, well, this area is pretty polluted, so I think hydroelectric in this city is out. I mean, I would be happy to leave the dam there if I could have it turned off, but still let the water through and not accumulate water like that. But it doesn't seem like that's the way dams work. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's the first time I've noticed this little... I was gonna say it looked like it was a water source, but that's just a little indentation that had filled with water while we had the flooding. We still got flooding going on here. Bunch of abandoned houses as a result. My sincerest apologies to the residents. Alright, so we've got some decent traffic along this highway. Overall, we haven't built anything out to justify the expense, but I think that's what we'll do on the next stream, because that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all for joining the stream, and I hope you had a good time. And we'll be playing some Off-World Trading Company tomorrow, and maybe sneak in a little bit more City Skylines.